Nanopādhivashādeva jātivarnashramadayah Ātman yaropitastoye rasavarnadibhedavat Nanopādhivashāt, because of association with different upādhis, conditionings. Eva, only. Jātivarnashramadayah, caste, color, position, etc. Ātmani, upon the Ātman. Āropitaha, are superimposed. Toye, on water. Rasavarnadibhedavat, differences such as flavor, color, etc. Ideas such as caste, color, and position are superimposed on Ātman because of its association with various upādhis, like flavor, color, etc., on water.
Namaste. So we experience in life in general all kinds of qualities are superimposed on the Ātman. Somebody says, well, you're a man, you're a white man, you're an American, you're a foreigner, and so on and so forth. But these are all artificial. Just like you can go to a street vendor and he has so many varieties of flavored, colored water. These are all artificial. Actually, it's just some chemicals. But the water remains the same. That's the point here. Regardless of how many upādhis are superimposed on Brahman, Brahman is unchanged. It's unchangeable. You cannot alter it simply by projecting some qualities by imagination. It's not going to change. Brahman is immovable. It's eternal, birthless, deathless, endless, unbounded, free. And for that reason, it's full of bliss. So I've been reading in Viveka Chudamani about how to attain this state of identification with Brahman, free from superimposition of upādhis. And of course, the means is neti neti, rejecting as real all of the artificially superimposed qualities and remaining situated in Brahman itself. And so I took a reality check last night, went into meditation, and checked myself for all of these things. And I was happy to find that I had gotten rid of these things a long time ago. And they haven't come back. Even though sometimes I pretend, for the sake of compassion for the unrealized beings, I pretend to have these qualities, being this and that and the other thing. But to myself, I don't identify with them at all. So this is the result of literally decades of practice, beginning early in the 1980s and continuing through the present time, of abstraction of Brahman from the superimposed qualities, the upādhis. And this is the practice, this is the view that gets you to realization of Brahman, that I am not these qualities. I am not a human being, a male, an American, or this or that. I am not any of these things. These are qualities imposed by the world, by others, their views. They are not native to me. myself. I have no qualities. I have no boundaries either. If I explore my consciousness, I cannot find any limit. I can go to the farthest planets, or I can go deep down into the atoms and different particles and stuff. The consciousness remains the same, only the objects change. So this is the practice that's based on this teaching. It is the practice of samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi. Vikalpa means changes in the mind, modifications of the mental state. But when the modifications are stopped, nirvikalpa, then the mind assumes its original form, not directed outward through the senses, but directed inward toward the self. And this is the grounds of unlimited bliss. You have to experience it. You have to know it for yourself. No amount of description can actually convey how wonderful it is, how blissful, how much relief there is from the constant effort to maintain an artificial identity. Once we accept that I am not this, neti, and we let go of those identifications, we don't have to maintain them anymore by means of the root process, mula pariyaya, as Buddha termed it. The basic computation that is at the root of the mind, which projects the idea of I into every perception that comes in through the senses. When that no longer becomes necessary, when it can be shut down simply by becoming aware of it, and then telling the mind, the mind is like an AI. If you prompt it correctly, it can give very good answers. It can actually modify itself. So if you treat the mind like an AI and you say, mind, I want you to find the solution to this problem of upādhis, superimposition. I want you to locate that state which is not subject to superimposition, where you are in your original shape, your original form, or original state, not subject to any superimpositions at all. The mind will go ahead and solve it. You just have to wait, because these superimpositions have become habitual. They become vasana, or mental tendencies that don't require any effort. They'll key in all by themselves, or with just a minimal stimulus from the environment. But to overcome them, one simply has to remain firm and patient in this practice of looking into oneself, one's original state, before any superimpositions. And then the whole world starts to look like a dream. It has that quality, that kind of fuzzy, blurry quality of being simply a projection. You know how in dreams, everything is kind of malleable? It easily can change into something else in a heartbeat. And in the dream, we don't question it. We accept it. Oh, that's just the way it is. In fact, it even seems familiar. But when we become awake, we start to understand the world is what it is, or as it appears to be, simply because of the way we look at it. If we look at it as real, it appears real and hard-edged and clear. But when we start to look from the native state of the mind, the reality is not so clear. The universe seems blurry, kind of furry, or fuzzy. It's hard to describe exactly. Like there's a layer of fog between you and the objects of the senses. They're no longer 100% real. And you can see this, it's a certain look in the eye, a certain manner of gazing on the world that this isn't real. This is just a movie. That is a common feature of Jivan Muktas, those who are liberated even in this present life. And this is the state that this teaching is going to help us achieve.
Om Tat Sat. Om